This is a tanker with 90% burns all over his body. Unbelievably, he is still alive. Several soldiers rushed him to the field hospital. The doctors took one look at him and decided he wouldn't live for more than 2 hours. But half a month had passed. The tankman had miraculously survived, but he suffered from burns and sepsis every day. The doctor undid his bandages. He found that the tankman's scars had healed. The doctor couldn't believe his eyes. It was a medical miracle. Although the tankman's body had recovered, but he had lost his memory. He only remembers being hit by a white tiger. According to the information in the wreckage of the tank, the officers learned that the tankman's name was Naydenov. According to the results of the dental examination, he was only 30 years old. Due to the urgency of the situation at the front, Naydenov, who had lost his memory, was sent back to the battlefield. At this time, the Soviet commander, he was still worried about the white tiger. He always came out of nowhere during the battle, destroyed all our tanks, and then quickly withdrew. In order to destroy this white tiger, the Soviets developed a new type of T-34 tank. The chief chose 3 good drivers from the barracks. Naydenov was to be the commander of the T-34. He was given the rank of center guard. The 3 of them will drive the T-34. They were to drive the T-34 to kill the white ghosts of the German army. But the officers next to them was obviously a little distrustful of these 3 short men. To test them, the officers told them to take out the barn in front of them in their 34s. The barn is about 640 meters away. The officers allowed them to fire a maximum of 2 shots. Then Naydenov began the test in his T-34. In order to show their true strength, they were moving and firing at the same time. They managed to hit the barn with only 1 shell. The officers were convinced of their strength. Soon the white tiger appeared again. He again destroyed 5 of our tanks and 4 bicycle guns, and then disappeared. Naydenov thinks white tiger came out of the jungle, but the officers doesn't think that's possible. Just yesterday, they searched the entire jungle, but there was no sign of the white tiger. Then Naydenov came up with a plan. They could use a low-profile T-34 as bait to lure out the white tiger, while Naydenov led his teammates to hide in the dark with the T-34. I didn't realize that the white tigress was really coming. This is the white tiger, the king of German tanks. He had quickly destroy enemy tanks and then disappeared without a trace. Even the legendary Soviet T-34 was no match for him. Is hit by the white tiger, it will be destroyed on the spot. Sir wanted to take a picture of this white tiger, but the camera was broken somehow. The tank that was used as a decoy was blown to pieces by the white tiger. At that moment, Naydenov came out of the pit with his T-34. He found a chance to fire a shell at White Tiger. White Tiger was not hurt by the shell. Naydenov rushed to the back of the wrecked tank in his T-34. White Tiger keeps attacking the scrap tank. If this continues, their tanks will be destroyed as well. While White Tiger was reloading, Hulk came out in his T-34. When he was ready to counterattack, he couldn't find any sign of Tiger. But what they didn't know, the White Tiger was right behind them. After the smoke cleared, the T-34 was destroyed, but Naydenov and the others survived. Based on the tracks of the tanks, they guessed that the White Tiger must have fallen, into the swamp. But Naydenov didn't think so. White Tiger could not be destroyed so easily. He would come back. Soon after, the battle resumed. The White Tiger emerged from a cloud of smoke and attacked the Soviet tanks. A single shell can destroy a tank. Soon the Soviet tanks were almost completely destroyed, and White Tiger, having completed his mission, disappeared again. But Naydenov and the others couldn't let him go. They chased after him in their 3-4s. They chased him to a village. White Tiger also disappeared here. Naydenov thought White Tiger must be hiding here. They searched the area. Soon they found a suspicious barn. Naydenov went up and fired a shot without saying a word. Sure enough, there was a tank inside. Unfortunately, it wasn't the White Tiger that Naydenov and the others were looking for. Just as they were about to leave, they realized that White Tiger was waiting for them. This is the legendary Soviet tank, the T-34, and the German ghost tank White Tiger. Naydenov drove the T-34 against the White Tiger, but soon the T-34 can't take it anymore. In order to confuse the enemy, Naydenov drove the T-34 around the cabin. With the 34's excellent maneuverability, the White Tiger can't target the T-34, taking advantage of his opponent's change of ammunition. One of his shells destroys the enemy's turret. Now the T-34 has gained the battle advantage. They're going after them, but they hit a mud pit. The tank's gun ports are blocked by mud, but Naydenov and his men don't know anything about it. When they fired again, the barrel blew out. They could only watch as the enemy fled. Naydenov was upset. He jumped out of the tank. He took his pistol in his hand and kept firing at the White Tiger. Obviously, it was all in vain. But Naydenov probably didn't realize that this was his only chance for revenge, because the Germans had declared unconditional surrender, and the war was over. The Soviets did not show much joy on their faces as they watched the German soldiers leave. The Soviets didn't look very happy. They had lost a lot of men to win the war, but Naydenov didn't let go of his hatred. He thought that if the White Tiger was not completely destroyed, the war would never end. He was convinced that White Tiger would come back. Naydenov's mission is to destroy him once and for all. That's the way it is. There's nothing more the chief can say. But when he turned around, Naydenov had already left in his T-34. The movie ends here. In the movie, White Tiger represents the German spirit. Naydenov miraculously survived with 90% burns on his body. He has no name. He has no background. But his mission was to destroy the White Tiger, a great sacrifice that led to their ultimate victory. But the White Tiger was only slightly wounded. It wasn't destroyed. This means that the threat to the Soviets is not yet over. We'll see you next time